All right, everybody. We have some breaking news from around the world of the XFL. It is Monday, August 3rd, 2020, and The Rock is the new part owner of the XFL. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson buys XFL for $15 million with Redbird Capital as partner. I'm going to try to read this. The XFL has been sold to a group that includes former WWE star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, giving the bankrupt Football League the kind of star power that may draw even non-sports fans. We'll click here to read a little more. Sportico. The XFL has been sold to a group that includes WWE star, former WWE star, The Rock. Let's see. He teamed up with Gary Cardinal's Redbird Capital to buy the league just hours before a planned auction was scheduled to begin. They played $15 million, splitting it evenly. Danny Garcia, who is also his ex-wife, will be a stakeholder as well. So there's some, there's a few people put into this so far. The presence of Johnson, meantime, continues pro wrestling's involvement in the Spring Football League, which was founded, of course, by Vince McMahon. They talk about the bankruptcy. Let's see. There's a good chance a number of traditional TV networks would seek to add the XFL to their portfolios. Besides the league networks, who could likely seek a tie-up with Johnson, who is the executive producer of the Titan Games, a sports competition reality series run on NBC. The XFL is the latest sports-related move for Cardinal and Redbird, which recently bought French soccer team Toulouse. In addition, Cardinal, along with Oakland A's executive Billy Beane, created a special purpose acquisition company, or SPAC, that will focus on buying companies in sports, media, and data analytics. So it kind of sounds like the private equity firm is also an investor in the Yes Network. So it sounds like this Red Cardinal Entertainment is pretty well into the sports world. Alpha Entertainment, the XFL's parent, the league also listed assets. Wow, that's pretty good. So it sounds like this is going to a very good group of people to be running sports. It sounds like they have ties in soccer, baseball. They have Billy Beane involved in the group, so that it's a very interesting group. So it sounds like they have the right guys to potentially be running the league to make it bigger than what it was, because it was a good raw idea, the rebirth of the XFL. The views were really good on it. They were getting, what was it? Let me see. The XFL drew more than 3 million viewers in its first week. The audience was about half that number in its fifth and final week before the shutdown. So they were still averaging 1 million plus people watching these games, and they were just random St. Louis Battlehawks versus oh God, why can I not remember? The Roughnecks. It would be just two teams that don't really or the Tampa Bay Vipers versus the New York Guardians, and that would draw 1.2 million people, more than basketball. It was very interesting. The more than some NBA games, it probably would have beat some baseball games. It's very interesting to see how well the XFL was actually doing in comparison to other pro sports. It was drawing audience. It was making people watch. And if you see why The Rock is trending, can you smell what The Rock is buying? Dwayne Johnson, Redbird Capital, Capital. Buy XFL for $15 million. Basically, and Redbird, I think they spelled Capital wrong. I think it's supposed to be Capital. The way The Rock buys XFL in $15 million deal, so he paid $7.5 million. It sounds like for approximately $15 million. You can read that all here. In accordance with the terms and conditions of the asset purchase agreement, the transaction is subject to bankruptcy court approval at a hearing this Friday, August 7th, and assuming the closing conditions are satisfied, it is expected to close or short on. So it sounds like as long as it goes through bankruptcy court and gets approved, August 7th, and then August 21, the sale will be final. It sounds like by August 21st, we'll know what the future of the XFL is. The Rock and Redbird Capital are buying the XFL. And apparently, there was a buy now button, I think the auditions were supposed to happen today or something like that. Where is Pro Football Reference? They had a really good write up on it really quickly. Where's Pro Football Talk? Hold on. Where's Pro Football Talk? Hold on. And that'll be the last thing I look at for this. I mean, this is a big deal, I would say. Where's Pro Football? There it is. Oh, God damn it. I don't even know who the fuck that was. All right. Finally, how do you feel about the Rock's XFL? Everybody thinks it's either the same or going to be better. This is the one I read. Let's see. Per the report, Johnson teamed up with Redbird Capital and pressed the Buy It Now button, making the purchase only hours before an auction was due to begin. They'll pay a total of, I don't want these motherfuckers on my screen. Yeah, so look at that. Wow. They bought it right before the auction was set to begin. It's unclear when the XFL will return to action, how it will be televised, and where the games will be played. Still, Johnson's presence gives the league cachet. Frankly, even more than it had when owned by Vince McMahon. This is so basically we're going to see the third edition of the XFL now. After, of course, we now know that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a partner in owning the XFL. The XFL was bought by Dwayne Johnson and Redbird Capital. That's crazy. What do you guys think? I know we weren't really expecting the XFL to, I think we all at the back of our minds thought, yeah, the XFL will come back. It'll be fine. We just didn't know if it was going to be like a Disney property, a Fox Sports owned specific property, owned by, maybe an NFL team. Maybe the NFL was going to buy it, the NBA. Just a random league might buy it. Maybe a European was going to buy it. A foreigner, just maybe somebody interesting. I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Redbird Capital was the last group anybody was thinking of, unless you were super into this and you had an idea that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson you were gonna wake up on August 3rd on a Monday and realize, well, hey, I knew Dwayne was gonna buy the XFL. I knew he was super interested. I see this as a surprise move. I see this as kind of surprising, a little shocking. But yeah, so it sounds like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is now he buys the XFL for $15 million with Redbird Capital as his partner. Great move all around. It sounds like these guys are the right people to get the league up and running into what it could fully be. Everything The Rock touches seems to turn to gold. I don't see this as a bad at all. This is great for the league. This is great for those guys who bought it because the league has promise. If it wasn't for the COVID-19, we would probably still have an XFL. So I see this as a good. I wonder how this is all going to play out. I hope August 7th they approve it in the bankruptcy court, and I hope on August 21st the sale goes through. And now we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a XFL commissioner or team owner, really. Or not a team owner, but the owner of the league. So hell yeah. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'll leave your thoughts. I'll be sure to get back to you. Leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new around here. We make content regularly and all that fun stuff, all the YouTube hubbubaloo and blah, blah, blah. So thank you so much for listening. Have a good rest of your day. As you can see on the screen, The Rock is the owner of the XFL, pending the sale. Wow. Peace.